Alright, so game 2 versus Ultramarines army with Daclapred, 3 Rhinos, full of Tactical Marines, little Doom Squad full of Hammer Terminators, what is it called, the Walker, the 4-jawed one, and guys inside the Rhinos, and there's a Swarm. Very interesting. I'm not sure how this game's going to go. So it's Ultramarines. Alrighty, so game 2, and every time I play Space Marines, they I always underestimate, I guess, how much you can get in Space Marine army. Like if you don't go full elite, like you, this is a little bit more elite because there's got a lot of Hammer Terminators, but it's just, I think Space Marines are pretty cool because they're very, very flexible in what they can do. Saying that, I love my Tyranids, but it's, you don't really have like a jack of all trades in Tyranids, whereas you can kind of do that with Space Marines, and sometimes you don't necessarily want that because usually in 40k, you know, the more efficient you are with what you're doing, the more specialist you are in what you're doing, the more efficient the points. If you kind of understand what I mean. Anyway, I just have we'll talk about the game here. I'm continuing my hate for Contemptors. I think they're really, really effective for what they do, and they're just so damn hard to kill. That's my thing. I bunched up a little bit too much here, and Mark was really, really good with his not just target priority, but just like his choice of what type of shooting he'll be doing. He was going, you know, frag missiles, absolutely, let's do it. I killed, you know, 7 guys, awesome. I don't have to deal with 7, you know, Hormagaunts or 7 little dudes, and I'm just pulling back. I'm pulling back. And he was playing kind of for the longer game. Whereas I don't think I could just sit back and wait. Going back to like I mean, there's always different ways of playing. I'm more of an aggressive player, especially with my nids. But I can see how in this game, in the game, I think it's game 4 with the Imperial Knight, I could have been a bit more defensive and just held, like gone for the 3 objectives to 3 objectives, and then gone to contest 1. I could probably see how that would work, but the thing is, he's got way more long range shooting, especially with the Contemptor, which as soon as it looks at my Hive Crone, it deletes it, and then he's got some long range firepower with his you know, Preds and the Rhinos with long, you know, missile launchers and stuff like that. Tactical Marines with missile launchers inside. And I think he can do it more effectively. Like he can hold 3 and then make a rush with, you know, objective secured Rhinos onto my objectives. So I don't know. Like there's things I think I need to play different styles to work out which works better in certain situations, and I don't think I'm there 100% yet. This game here was Mark did not fail a single. No, I think he failed 1 2+ save on his Hammonators out of all the ones I made. I think it was like 20 something saves, and he passed all but 1. I then charge in. I'd set up the charge saying, alright, my Warlord has the command trait reroll 1s in combat. I charge in, and then I promptly forget all about the reroll 1s in combat Warlord trait. Which is something I often do, which is, you know, I set up for a perfect... You can see here, I've got my Termagants all the way back to the, you know, objective at the back, which is the reroll 1s to hit. And then promptly forget when shooting at the Hammonators. It's one of a small weakness I have, and this is why I put tokens. You can see, you know, I've got tokens, and I use a little piece of paper to keep track of stuff. I do all of that to help improve my remembering of the game and what I should be doing and what I shouldn't be doing. But just in the heat of the moment, you forget it, and then I will guarantee it in this game. I remembered it straight after. Like, I did the shooting, it was resolved, and then I said, "Oh, I should have rerolled once to hit." I did it twice with Mark, and Mark kept on forgetting because he's Ultramarines. He kept on forgetting his combat doctrines, and he reminded me one game in one of the turns to reroll the ones to hit. And so the next turn, I reminded him to do the combat doctrine. And he said, "Oh yeah, I got to do that." And then he promptly forgot as well. So it was like, "I got combat doctrine, remember that." And he's like, "Oh yeah, okay." And then he just went and started his turn, and we got to almost shooting, and he went, "Combat doctrine, I forgot it again." It's like, I remind you, man. Anyway. Exocrine actually was doing work this game. You can see that I just killed a lot of the tactical marines that jumped out, and actually and he's just out of screen, which is a little annoying. So just at the top here, my Death Leaper has been in combat with a tactical squad for 3-4 turns, something like that, and I'm literally about 2 millimeters outside of the 3-inch from capping that back objective. If my Death Leaper was 2 millimeters to the right, it would have been much higher score, because that was the what's it called, the Emperor's Will one, I think it is. It's the one that's, it's in your deployment zone. You have one, because there's 3 missions. You'll see them in the video. There's the 3 missions. I was 2 millimeters away. It was so damn close. Mark needed it to go to a turn 6. Yeah, that's it. He needed it to go to turn 6. So it was turn 5 right here. Turn 5, I have won the game, and I've won the secondary. But I don't think I've won tertiary. I think tertiary was kill points. So I won primary and secondary. He needed it to go to turn 6. It went to turn 6. And so on his turn 6, with his Rhino rushing in there, he's now won. He's got both the primary and secondary and tertiary. And then I needed to get a big, I think about 4-inch run with fleet on my Hormigons to objective secure cap 1 objective, and I actually got the minor win against him. I got primary, he got secondary, and when we drew on tertiary, I think that was it. Anyway, it was a really good game.